Hi, I'm Matt Deggs. Do you have any questions? No, it was a tough week. UNCW, Randy Hood does an amazing job over there. They've got a lot of history, perennial regional team, and very fortunate to hold on and win that game late, hold on to that lead. That was a big win. They went on to win Friday night and play at Southern Miss and play those guys extremely tough all weekend. They lost 2 out of 3, but all 3 games could have gone either way. And then a miraculous comeback on Friday night after spitting up a lead and a lot of heartbreak. The boys responded right back about 10 minutes later, and Luke Uhas was able to deliver a big blow and get us on the board there. That was gigantic. So a 2-2 week. Saturday's game, 6-5 going into the 8th, and give up two. So we're right there. And then yesterday, lose 8-1 or 2, I believe. 4 silly runs. We're tipping some pitches. Good for them for catching on to it. And we were able to correct it, but it was 4 runs too late. And so we've got to do a better job of picking that up sooner. And thank goodness we did, or it could have gotten real ugly. DBU is an outstanding program. Wouldn't be shocked at all to see them push to play in Omaha. They're older, they're veteran. And like I said before, for me, they have the best coach in the country and one of the best cultures in the country. Doesn't get any easier. Day off today, 5-game week again, with Southern coming into town tomorrow, then McNeese. They're off to a tremendous start. Hats off to them. And then the preseason pick to win our league, who has a great record, and they're in the top 25. Troy comes to town. So I'd like to believe our schedule has prepared us for this week, although we're facing a uphill climb with a litany of injuries. Obviously, we don't make excuses, but it's just something that we're going to have to overcome and be smart and creative in the way that we attack the game moving forward, at least for the next few weeks. So I'm excited about this week. I know our boys are, and one thing about them, they love to play. So with that, you guys good? You want to ask any questions?
So it's always difficult to me in a 5-game week to know who you can pitch in Tuesday and Wednesday with the weekend in mind. But with this guy we don't know about and this guy we don't know about, it's got to be really tough to know who to pitch these next 2 days because you don't know who's going to have to start on.
Yeah, I think we just had a meeting with the coaches. I think we'll start Riley Marcotte tomorrow night, lefty, who's thrown the ball relatively well at times this year. I think he'll give us a good chance to stop some of the running game and keep them off balance a little bit. And I think he'll get us off to a good start. I really do. And then come back with Geehee on Wednesday. Holzhammer will start on Friday, and then we'll TBA it the next 2 days. Having a game plan probably in the back of my mind, but all hands are on deck to get that Friday game.
So is it you know about Chase Morgan yet?
No, he's going to see the ortho today, and we'll get those images and proceed from there. But however those images come out, I don't think that it's going to be a situation where he goes, "Oh yeah, you're fine." I think there probably will still be, on the best case scenario, some type of dose pack involved or anti-inflammatory to get him back to feeling good.
Coach, how do you continue to work with your team after having such an emotional high on Friday night with a walk-off and then having the 2 losses the Saturday and Sunday? How do you continue to impart on your team to say, hey guys, we have to continue to battle through as we go through the ups and downs?
You gotta stay grinding, and you gotta embrace the ugly that comes with competition, right? And when a crisis or adversity hits, that's the time for decisive action and risk taking, actually, and to find out what's what. And in a weird way, adversity provides opportunity for freedom, and and you play with a little bit of reverse house money in a weird way, and so. It can also be an exciting time, but here's the key to that whole thing is most common people quit before the best thing happens. And I tell them all the time, and it's true for all of us, the best thing in your life hasn't happened yet. It hasn't. What a shame it would be if when that opportunity came, you weren't prepared. And that's what a lot of people do is they pound on that rock, they pound on that rock, they pound on that rock, and then they get to the 99th blow and they quit pounding on that rock. And unbeknownst to them, on that 100th blow, that rock was going to crack open. There's a diamond inside. And I think that's what separates us from everybody. We won't ever quit. We won't ever quit expecting. You may have to readjust along the way. And I think that's just smart, right? Sometimes you have to readjust a goal or an expectation along the way. But that's okay. There's a lot of different ways to get to the top of the mountain. But one thing's for certain, we won't walk back to base camp. We will keep moving forward.
So how big is it as far as an opportunity to start conference play with that team that was picked to kind of be the top of the conference, to kind of see where you stand in the beginning?
You got to take them all as they come anyway. Look, they could throw Troy, Coastal, and Southern Miss at you from the jump and then mix in Texas State and South Iowa. Well, guess what? That's your league anyway. You're going to have to play them regardless. And Troy, to their credit, has played us extremely tough over the last few years at least. We've had some really good battles, and a lot of those coming out in favor of those guys. And so it's going to be a great opportunity for us to have to play good baseball against the team that's been picked to win the league. And it'd be why not start with the first series? And so you got to play them all. That's what I always say. Even when you get to a regional and people go, well, you could have gone to this or that region. That's great, but eventually, to get to the very top, you have to play everybody. And so we'll be ready, and I'm sure they'll be ready, and I'm sure it'll be a great series. Look, this past weekend was a great series, and we've played good against some really good teams. We just haven't had things fall in our favor. If you look, Dallas Baptist beats an undefeated OU team 11-0 in the midweek, and then we beat those guys. And then we're right there, tied in the 8th against UCI on the road and just don't hold on to it. So there's been these opportunities. It's just a matter of us putting it all together.
A couple of years ago, y'all got extremely creative with the pitching, and I don't know how y'all pulled it off, but you did. Do you kind of feel that way right now, or is it not quite to that point?
Yeah, I'm feeling that way a little bit, but then Matt Holzhammer showed up, and I was like, oh, okay, who's this guy? And he had always told me he could start. We'll do whatever it takes to win, and whatever that may look like, conventional, unconventional, that's what we'll do. We'll move TR to third base to win, move Marshak to third. It doesn't matter. If you trust your personnel and they can just focus on doing their job, you've got a shot.
So can you build him up to where if he's pitching well, he can go 6 innings?
Yeah. I would like to believe that. If he had any type of pitch count at all the other night, I think he could have. That was pretty impressive. It even talking to their staff, it took their breath away. They didn't know that. He almost had an immaculate inning, his very first inning. If the kid doesn't foul off this pitch right here, and even that kid chuckled after he fouled off the pitch, it was like, oh. Phew.
So tomorrow, what's the deal with Tripp with his situation?
He's in surgery today.
So he's out
for the rest of the year. Yeah, he dislocated his kneecap. We got to get that fixed. That's not one you can go, hey, let's rehab that. The rehab, if he even wanted to take that route, was 12 weeks. Why not just fix it?
So you're about to go into conference play in a really good conference, and now with these injuries, it's hard to say you got anything near a stable lineup.
Sounds like our kind of party, honestly. That's when we operate our best.
So Brooks,
he's going to see the doctor today. If that's broke, him and Markle will have surgery together on Wednesday. Donkey's at the doctor today. He played probably a broken hand yesterday. His hand looks like this from that hit by pitch the day before.
So Lee playing at first is your next option.
Well, we've got the jack roll, which Connor Cuff took full advantage of, so he's got to be in there tomorrow. And so that'll cover that probably. I don't know. Lee's looking pretty good at third. he's getting the ball over there pretty good, and his feet are good. So, but yeah, you can count on seeing both of those guys. I thought Griff Abear looked good yesterday. Collins has played well. Obviously Brooks, but I think a kid overshadowed on the weekend, and you get a little glimpse into the future, was Owen Galt. You know, I'm very close to that coach over there and their staff. Pennington just came out of A&M about the time I got there, but would come back when he was a big leaguer and work out with us, et cetera. And then Dan Hefner and I have been close for a long time, and boy, they were raving about Galt. They liked a lot of our younger guys.